Welcome to our Fotopia tutorial. I'll be explaining to my colleague and to all of you how to use this very simple solution.
Hi everyone!
So the first thing you're going to do is select the documents you wish to work on. Let's say we'll select these three.
Wait, is this online? I thought you had to download the program.
Not at all. The entire process is done online using Microsoft SharePoint on Office 365.
That's neat. Please continue.
So you get to select as many documents as you like and then click on the Files tab and then on the Fotopia icon. If you wish to use the Arabic version of the program, you can click on the Arabic Fotopia icon next to it.
Interesting. I didn't know the program is bilingual.
Yeah, it is. Now I'll walk you briefly through all the cool features on the left panel, footer, right panel, and top ribbon.
Sounds good to me.
First, let's start with the very basic features. As you can see on the left panel, the pages of the document are displayed. In this case, 3 pages, and we can easily navigate from one page to the next. The pages are displayed as thumbnails and you can change their sizes. Speaking of size, like we were able to change the thumbnail sizes of the pages, you can also minimize the right panel as well as the top ribbon to increase your working area.
I'm following.
Remember when I previously selected the 3 documents on SharePoint? Guess what? They're right here. Just go to the right panel and click on this icon, and now you can navigate between the documents without needing to go back to SharePoint each time.
So is there any way to see what other people have done to this document?
Yes, if you want to see what has happened to this document before, just click on Document History and it will show you the last few times someone has checked in on it. So let's click on this one, for example. Here's one of the many versions, and be careful because as you can see, you cannot edit any previous version. You can only edit the latest version, and you can get it by clicking Get Latest over here.
I like that. So basically, Fotopia keeps track of who did what to the document.
Precisely. Now, if you wish to alter the attributes describing this document, you can do that by going to the right panel and clicking on this icon. Before you begin making any changes to the document, you might want to view it in a certain way so that you feel relaxed while you're working. There are some quick options you can use. You can rotate the page clockwise or counterclockwise. You can also zoom in or zoom out. Now, the default zoom level is 100%, but if there's another level you prefer to use all the time, you can set it to be your default by clicking here. One other cool viewing feature is the magnifier, which magnifies any area on the document.
Seems pretty straightforward so far.
Yep. Now here comes the interesting part. When there's a workflow in an organization, each department would need to add annotations on documents, and that's what we're going to do right now. Here on the left are the annotating icons, which are text, rectangle, circle, ellipse, line, and highlighter.
So basically everything you need to label a document.
Almost everything. There are still more options. Let's start with text. First, you select this icon and then click on the part of the page where we would like to add the text. A text box appears and you write whatever you want. You can then change the font size from this drop-down list. When you're done, just click on Update. You can then drag the text around to wherever you want.
Cool! It's as if I'm writing down notes on the document.
Exactly. Now as for the rectangle, it's basically similar to Paint where you select the rectangle icon and proceed to drawing one wherever you see fit. Let me show you the other shapes. Here's the circle and here's the ellipse.
So this is to draw someone's attention to a particular area on the document.
Yep, and in the same vein, you can also underline any word or highlight any area. It doesn't matter where you place any of these annotations because you can then drag them to anywhere on the page.
Why did the color of the highlight option change?
Well, the default color for the shapes is red, and for the highlighter it's yellow, but you can change all that, which takes us to the next part, which is editing your annotations. You can change the thickness and opacity of the annotations and also fill them. If you go to Tools, you'll find all these options there. In addition, to change the color, go to the color picker over here.
That's pretty useful. So what if I don't want someone to see a certain part of the page?
You've just read my mind. I was just going to tell you about that. Now, there are three special annotations which we didn't cover yet. The first is the zone encryption, which basically enables you to hide any area which contains confidential information. And you can do that by clicking on this icon here, and it's protected with a password. So if you don't know the password, you don't get to see the info.
Sweet!
Oh, there's more. You can insert an image as an annotation. If you have already uploaded images in advance, you can just insert them using this icon. If you haven't, go to Images, then click on Upload Image, and the image will be uploaded to the Fotopia library. You can also change the dimensions of the image as you please.
That's really interesting.
Last but not least, we'll be talking about a very important and useful type of annotation, which is stamps. So you're going to right-click on any part of the working area and then click on Stamp and then Stamp Wizard, and voila, the wizard window pops up. As you can see here, I have two stamps, but for the sake of the tutorial, I want to create a new one. There are a bunch of options: name, width, height, text, font size, color, and stroke. So each one of these needs to be filled in. If you'd like your name and date to appear with the stamp, then you can check the two boxes below. Finally, you can add the stamp you created as a shortcut in the Stamps tab. And to do that, you select the stamp that you want from the top menu, and then pick the color of the stamp shortcut and give your shortcut a name, and then click on the arrow to add the stamp as a shortcut. Once you're done, just click on Close, and now your stamp will appear up here in the top ribbon in the Stamps tab.
Sounds convenient for an approval cycle.
In addition, you can also comment on annotations. Just go to the right panel and click here and write your comments in the text box. Oh, one last feature to do with annotations is the ability to work with many at once. Suppose you want to drag a couple of annotations together. Instead of having to select them and deal with them one by one, you can go up here and change the selection mode from single to multi, and now go through selecting them, or you can use the selector to do just the same, and there you go. Now they're moving together. You can also clear the selection by clicking on this icon.
That's quite practical.
Yep. Now, organizations tend to have confidential documents, and that's where Fotopia comes in real handy with its security features.
I agree. Security is a concern in the current information era.
We already discussed the zone encryption feature, which was part of the annotations. Second, you can also control who can view and edit your annotations by going to the right panel and clicking here.
Nice!
Now, one of the most attractive benefits of Fotopia is your ability to make so many customizations to adapt many functions to your own preferences. Now, as we went along, some of the shortcuts and customizations were already discussed, and there's still some more. We have our User Preferences tab here in the top ribbon, and this is where you select your preferred font size, stroke, and opacity. You also have the option to reset to the original settings. In addition, you can add your frequently used functions to the hotkeys list so that they're always easily accessible. The hotkeys list is here on the top left. Finally, you'll also be able to use some of the well-known keyboard shortcuts such as Ctrl-X for cut and Ctrl-V for paste.
It's really amazing how the program can be catered to the user.
It sure is. Fotopia is all about user experience. Even its interface is quite friendly.
Fantastic! So suppose I'm done with my document and I would like to export it. What happens now?
You can click on Save or Export, and when you export, you have several options. You can download or print with or without the annotations.
Interesting. So what are those icons next to the save and export ones?
Oh, these are the frequently used basic functions, which are clone, cut, paste, delete, undo, and redo.
Cool! Thanks a lot! I sure learned a lot today.
We're not done yet.
There's more?
All that we did so far was possible simply because we had already uploaded documents on SharePoint. Now imagine you have a hard copy of a document that you need to edit right away.
Don't tell me. Fotopia has a scanning module?
You bet! There's an interface just for all the scan-related functions, and to access that interface, click on this icon and here we go! On the left panel, the pages of the documents we uploaded are displayed vertically, and on the right, this is where you get to manipulate the pages in your document. Now, the previously scanned pages are always displayed in the first row, ready to be merged into any document. First, you can preview any of these pages. Second, you can add any page to an existing document. Third, you can remove any page from any existing document. In addition, you can create a new document altogether by selecting the pages you wish to include and then click on this icon to give your new document a name, and there, it's been created. The next icon automatically merges all the scanned pages into one document. And when you click on the third icon, this is where you can scan one page, and the last icon is if you need to scan more than one page.
What does that icon do?
The settings icon allows you to select the scanner you wish to use and to change the X and Y resolution as well. In addition, you can also change the contrast, brightness, color format, and page orientation. Now, the left tab here allows you to set the separation settings, so you can either automatically have each page in a separate document, or merge all the scanned pages into one document, or set the number of pages per document, or all the pages can be separated manually.
So how do we go back to the previous interface now that we're done scanning?
Good question. You won't need to go back to SharePoint. Just click on this icon and you're back.
Thanks a lot.
You're most welcome. I hope everyone enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks for tuning in our InfosMe YouTube channel, and keep on the lookout for more videos to come.